PyHard, let's go. It's day 85. Oh, I took a long time rebuilding all this. That's not going to be any record anywhere. But I will. And some of these aren't going to work in PyHard because the coal power plant MK1 doesn't even exist. I think there's no way to make it. That's not a problem. And for all of these, the problem is going to be circuits, so I need to get started on making circuits. Ooh. You're completely gone. Okay. Maybe? Okay. So, I assume that I calculated this right. 12 and 3, yeah. So this should be the full iron belt taken care of. And all of these together should be able to handle that. And of course, this is going to get worse. Right, why is there a problem with ash again? All on one side. This is completely full, so is the soot blocked? Yeah. And is that the coal ash or what? No, it's not the coal ash, it's the soot. So the chest filled up. Alright. That was bound to happen. Now for the ash I can just feed it right into here now, since I now have this very convenient ash belt. No, this shouldn't be any problem anymore. Oh, and it got blocked up so long ago I didn't even notice. Okay. So iron ore. Let's get you going into the jaw crushers then. Can I carry all of you? Yes, I can. And of course I didn't leave enough room for a belt. Why would I? I'm going to wiggle you through. I kind of like this spot. I also need to take care of the copper ore, of course. There we go. Copper needs to go on the other side, really. Yes, I want the copper processing. Oh, where's the next copper patch? Yeah, this one. So definitely on the left side, I think. That makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing the processing on site or not. Yeah, so just stone and copper coming out of there. I think that makes sense. Although they are expensive machines and I would be putting them closer to the enemy fighters. Maybe that's not the best idea. There. Right down. Now, this is a byproduct, so I want this to be processed on a priority. But also, well, it's just 0.2. So maybe what I can do is just overfill the first, no, not the first one. I need to get it to the last one, really. That's the best. Yeah, but I'm going to put it all the way back. That should be enough. Handle the problems. No. Not that far. More jaw crusher. I should add some more steam engines too. Yep. And this isn't going to need any of the design. Usual design. There. Should work at least for a while. There. Now, one annoying thing here is that everything goes on the same side of the belt. And I don't really want to do much about it right now. Oh, this should work, right? Yeah, so that's going to fit, but where should I do it? Something like this, yeah. There. I do want coal, the iron belt full from both sides. And you're out of copper. Right. Now the total deposit should still have plenty of ore. Yeah, even this one has still a whole mag. I need to keep an eye on making sure everything is full. Right, so what else has priority? Ash is starting to get processed again. Now, these ones are going to take a while to empty out. And for you, I hope you can now work the way I want you to. They did still empty, so I think that part at least should be fine. So as soon as these open up, everything should start working again. Yay! Moondrops. Item ingredient shortage. Oh boy. This needs to be filtered. I was thinking there's a lot less than there's supposed to be. Right. But yeah, moondrops are building up. That's very good. You too. That should be all of them. Good. That will be needed for methane. I don't have to worry about that. That's still quite far away. That's for making formaldehyde, which will be needed in Formica. I can get started on Formica. I already have all the other materials I'll need. These shouldn't need anything I don't have. And I think I want to focus on... Oh, what should I focus on? I should get the zinc. Or lead. Yeah, probably lead, so I can finally start using the fuel tanks without having to worry about them all the time. There, have some wood. Actually, you know what? Use wood for fuel. It should be perfectly fine now. I'm actually using ash here, so I will need to bring more ash inside. Okay. That's good. But for anyone who isn't fueling that... Yeah. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'll think about it later. Okay. So cellulose is building up. That's going to fill out fairly soon. I thought that's going to last a bit longer. Okay, let me check. Yep, sorry about that. Okay, I need to produce more of these automation science specs, so I have some ready for the rocks. How many do I need? So rock codex is enough to produce a single rock, which technically is enough to get this started. So I could do with just one. Having two would make things much faster, but if I focus on making rocks, I think I should be able to get there pretty quick. On the other hand, the rock codex isn't that expensive. The main thing I think is going to be the generic earth samples. Yes, those need the automation science specs and the biosamples, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to worry about that right now, though. Okay. Yeah, and then we get access to advanced processing straight away. But it's all pretty expensive. Microorganism mine. Okay, so it doesn't need the native flora. That's good. You will want to build up a small reserve. It's the incubated petri dish, right? Oh, I'll need it for the basic substrate. That can wait. Biological sample, that's much further away, so cDNA also far. Okay, so I only need it for Bioscience 1. So I shouldn't need to make any in advance. Oh, that's okay. I'll just keep you plopped down right here. That's just how I do things, apparently. Okay. Fuel. Fluid fuel. All these petri dishes are going to drain quite a lot of the fluid fuel, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now, of course, the aluminium needs actual coal gas, and I think what I'm going to do is route the coal gas through the bottom. Right, the iron production should be better now again. Some these will be needed. I will also add steam engines for power. I don't think I have the steam production for that, but at least I will be ready. Yep. Now I do have some extra mining drills, so I think that what I'm going to do right now is connect another set of boilers. Oh, you're full too. Oh, yeah, I forgot this was kind of high priority, right? Not a problem. Right. And these things just iron plates and belts. So should I also move the coal stack, the copper stack, right now? I think it doesn't make sense to do it until I have the advanced processing, because I'm going to be rebuilding it anyway. It actually consumed all of the iron. That's unexpected. One more. Just a little bit. There. There. Okay. Yes, sir. And again, these are supposed to be high priority. Not going to line up perfectly. There. To get you started, here's a chest full of copper. Good. I'm not going to make a big batch of copper plates, just because I'm not that far from automating. Well, getting the better processing, right? And better processing means that I'm going to use the ore more efficiently. And efficiency doesn't matter. And now I have stone bricks I can actually use for roads and decorations, and that's good. Now the main roads is not going to go through the middle of my base, of course. There's a lot of empty room here next to the water. That wouldn't be a bad place. But I already have this thing. Yeah, I keep sabotaging myself a little bit. And I don't have any processing for the ash being produced here. So is that why tin stopped? I think tin stopped, right? Oh, yeah, but it doesn't have any steam. Oh, there's no steam at all here. Did I disconnect something? Oh, yeah, okay, so every bit of steam that gets there, gets there. Nothing to worry about right now. Do I have something good to put here? Not really. Okay. Now, I want to turn this into a fuel line. This is the main source of liquid fuels. So let's start by rerouting the way I get coal gas here. Is that enough room? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Coal gas, coal gas, coal gas. Where are you? There. Can I go straight down? Yeah, that should work. There. Yeah, just about. There. For anything that needs coal gas, this is the line. And for anything that needs fuel, that's going to be this one. Should I change it? Is this a good place to run it? Not really. I want to keep going right there. Just like the water. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay. Whereas right now all of these are connected. That's not going to be the case. There. Oh, you're on notice. Okay. Let's give you wood. It's one place where wood isn't really needed, because I want to use that ash, but that's okay. Right? And there you go. And I can get rid of all this. There. Now for the fuel line, I prefer to have one place where everything comes together when there's room, right? I do have the tar here, I do have the coal gas here, and I will have all the fuel oils here too. Yeah, even carbolic oil is a fuel. So I do have enough for this. Okay. Now I don't have that much time left. First thing I want to do is just store all the aromatics and the gasoline, just for now. And again, one place for all that would be nice. So for now, that's not going to be very nice. Okay, I need to do this a bit quicker. Well, I don't really have to make this all that complicated, right? So this is going to be the aromatics. I shouldn't lose anything by deconstructing it like this. And just for the other things that I will need aromatics for. Now this should kind of be a priority though. So I should have something more like a splitter in here, right? For now this is okay, because I need to take care of the gasoline. Now gasoline does have fuses. For now, I'm just going to burn it. There. And now for the fuel line. None of this now makes any sense, because this is now supposed to be the fuel. So that's where it all comes together. And I'm definitely not going to turn it into ash anymore. That was already bad enough when I still had a lot of it. Now it's mainly going to be used the way it's supposed to. What happened? Oh. How did I slow down the game? There's some keyword shortcut I don't know about. Okay. Now, the basic idea here is pretty simple. I'm just going to use a few check valves and a few pumps. Now the inputs, I do want to save on pipes a little bit. So yeah, I am going to do it a bit differently than I wanted originally. So not centralized after all. Instead, I'll just weave the fuel pipe wherever it's needed and disconnect it where I want to disconnect it, right? So the basic design is very simple. There's a check valve that goes into a pump, and all the pump is going to do is push if there's enough of whatever I'm processing right now, right? So coal gas, if it's more than 80, I'm going to use it as fuel, right? I can do a simple prioritization system with this as well. Burn. Right. Because the different fluids can work with different thresholds. No. Just based on, well, this will mostly be about tweaking it, right? I don't want to let some things build up too high, and of course other uses also matter. So for tar, I will need to keep it for coal processing. I will need to get it into the other things, okay? But right now I have plenty of tar, so it's getting pumped a little bit. That's going to get eaten up by the glass production. That's exactly what I want. All right. So now for the other stuff. It would have been nice if I could label this somehow. Well, I could use the floorboards, for example. Just painting it or naming it would be a lot better. Matting. So this is a special pipe. Another for gasoline. There. That's the overflow valve. So check valve. There. There is power somewhere around here. Now for gasoline, I want to burn it almost immediately, at least for now. So let's go for 20. So what else is stuck now? Nothing. I just don't have enough steam. Why don't I have steam? Yeah, production is too low. Okay. Let's just get another belt of coal going. Right. And kickstart. There we go. Not sure if these have all the design fixes that I had to do. They should be obvious rarely. So there. So these have mostly the two working. So for all these, one lane should be more than enough to take care of all the ash. There, that should start getting the steam up again. Okay. Oh, and you ran out of fuel. That's... I didn't expect I'll have to deal with that. Kind of expected it's going to last a bit longer. Yeah. I need to get the coke here. I did put the chest somewhere for coke, right? Oh, and you are starting to build up too. So I need to get you into the iron. And you know what? Let's just do a very quick build here. That should be perfectly fine. The ash separation is already here. Yeah, so this is not the right side. I'm going to put you on the other side. It's going to be better. Okay. Oop. That should work. Now for the basic thing, it should be able to keep up very easily just with what's going nearby. And I need to get you all the way here. Still haven't made the automated underground belt, so... Okay. And there we go. Oh! Ash! I thought I already sorted that part, so I need to connect you to... Where do you want you to go? One of these. That's stone. This isn't going to be the worst place to connect, I think. It's not going to reach. Just to get me started. There. First, splitters are a lot more convenient, especially for things like buses. Okay. Good. This is clearing up. I think I'm consuming a lot more ash than I'm producing right now. Yeah, that's almost half a belt more. No, not half a belt, that's a full belt, right? Good. Okay, biosamples, not even close. So I need titanium, and I need a lot more lead. Well, I can make the first few ones by hand. But not much more than that. But yeah, and automation side specs are building up. At least a little bit, so... I will want to put a few aside. As long as there's enough here. So I could have a longer buffer, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put it here. And I'm only going to pick anything up if there... No, enable, disable, read node contents. Enable, disable if this is higher than 3. So that's a full side of a belt, pretty much. Right. Are these lower? No, they're not. So I'm now finally producing a decent amount. That's looking good. Now the pitch is helping a lot, I think. And also the carbolic oil, of course. There we go. What else needed doing? So that's the copper waste, that's the ash, that's another steam. I want to move you. So I don't want all of this ash going into the main ash sorting, I think. Oh, yeah, that's the full bus that gets just pushed onto the belt every time there is a room, but that should be fine. Shouldn't really slow anything down. Okay. You are stopped. Why? Because there's not enough steam. Alright, steam needs to be more than 90. Haven't produced any in a while, have I? Okay. Xenobiology, that gives us the data array, but of course that needs circuits and duralumin, so not now. Now, is everyone working? Yes, you are short. Oh, that's okay. Short. That's good. Right. There are some biters around, but that shouldn't be a problem. I could use this coal to fuel everything. I'm also going to do antimony. Olsen's not so much. Titanium, zinc. There's a worm. Am I going to be able to kill a worm? Should I look into making some sulfur? There's gunpowder needs coke and sulfur and saline water. Saline water is a bit annoying, so I don't have any as a byproduct right now. I could use this recipe. Where was it? Of course, I can make it from gravel, but I need stone for that. And stone is not free. I need tailings. Oh, that gives me some saline water. Okay, so tar and water, but that needs quenching tower, and I haven't made the concrete yet, of course. What does concrete need? And that's just decorative concrete. Oh, there. Concrete. Lime, gravel, sand, and water. Okay. I'm going to need a lot of lime for other things too. But the main thing that I take is limestone and coke, so coke. Limestone doesn't really matter. Right, that's right. Well, this doesn't really need an underground, but I want to be able to walk through. And of course, I'm not going to have enough coal coming in to really have this run. There, you're already there. That fits nicely. This should be just working for a little bit until everything goes up. Now I'm going to need a lot more coke, but I'm going to have better coke recipes pretty soon. Well, in PySense 1, right? So raw coal straight into coke and coke oven gas. And coke oven gas is awesome because we get hot air. And hot air improves the efficiency of everything, right? So instead of 4 glass, we're going to get 7 from the same amount of molten glass. Instead of 1 petri dish, we get 2. And later on, even for things like iron, right? So the efficiency is going to keep increasing. You have plenty of carbon dioxide probably because there's not enough stone, right? A limestone. There's more than enough limestone, that's not a problem. Because I'm not using that much steel, weirdly enough. Okay, you're still full. To get at least started on the line. Oh, and I need to make sure that this doesn't get completely filled up. So you're going to use a underflow valve. But it shouldn't be a problem for long. So, this is going to help at least. Okay. Was it high pressure furnace? Of course it was a high pressure furnace. So a high pressure furnace makes lime. And we need limestone and coke. Coke is right here. Carbon dioxide is just a waste product at this point. Right. And the limestone, which needs again just water. But how much do you need? 2 per second. Okay. That's a lot. So you're going to get at least 1. I might expand this later. For now, this should be enough. And I just need to get water in here. There. Should have some power over here. Nah, that's not really good enough. Okay. There. Get me limestone. Now, the next step is lime. Oh, calcium carbide is going to be the step for making acetylene. I'll need acetylene to mine lead ore, and it's also great fuel at this point, right? So it allows me to turn coke into very good fluid fuel. Of course, my consumption of fluid fuel isn't that high yet, so I'm going to ignore this, at least for a while. Lime. So, concrete. First step is the lime, then gravel, sand, water. And that means stone. Means it would be nice if all my stone didn't go into producing stone bricks. And I will need the washers, right? So at least I think that's how it works. We first crush the stone into gravel and the gravel into sand. Do I already have better recipe for sand? Yes, I do. So I can make sand just from washing soil. Now, how much work did you do? Products finished 200. Can I get rid of muddy sludge? Electrolyze it. Filtration media. Oh, okay, so that's bad. So I need filtration media to get rid of the muddy sludge, I think. I will be able to make it into rich clay. That wouldn't be bad, but that's logistic science. Biomass, that's even further. Syngas, of course not. Sea sponges, no. This would be good, but again, that's logistic science. Yeah, I don't think there's anything better anytime soon. The coarse fraction, that would be useful. Okay. So that's a no. So I can't really make much muddy sludge. But what I can do is switch you over at least. Just so I get some sand out of it as well. Now this way I don't have to crush stone or gravel, or sand at least. I will still need some better way of getting gravel though. It is not going to be anything, I think. I don't think there's any other way to get gravel right now. Yeah, slaked lime, that's fine. I'm going to use that, but not right now. Coarse friction, that goes with separation. That's not too far. So this isn't too bad. Of course, it's going to cost a lot of power and quite a few buildings, but it's free. Yeah, and coarse fraction is going to be very nice for all sorts of materials. Yeah, and sand straight from soil. Yeah, but this is pretty soon. Oh, it needs intermetallics. Okay, but yeah, that's not on the table right now. These are miners, so I'm going to be able to make gravel just by building this and feeding it with iron. Not all of these are so very far away. So, stone it is. And I'll need a crusher. Now for making the concrete itself, I'm going to need an assembling machine, that's okay. And water, that's also okay. I'm not going to do this any more complicated than it needs to be. Not refined concrete. There. There. Fuel. I could just use the coke, I think. It leaves the ash, but I'm not going to bother about that right now. And gravel and sand. I think I'm going to bring that on one belt. Right, so just a quick crusher. Ooh. That's a quick process. So let's put you nearby. There. And yes, as I said, I can make stone for free now. Yeah. That will be nice. If I have to. I'm not going to use it unless it becomes really annoying dealing with the stone. Okay. And that should be everything for concrete. Just to get me started. I don't think this is a milestone. Can you start picking up the sand? Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Good. So this should eventually get me the quenching tower. 50 concrete, okay. Which will be my only source of tailings for now. And from tailings I can make sulfur. Again, the only source of sulfur. But I also need the evaporator, so I'll need a lot more quenching towers, unfortunately. But it's going, at least. Not consuming a lot of moss. I will start consuming more. But I think that's gotta be it for this episode anyway. Oh. Not the best builds in this one. but we are moving forward. So, thanks for watching.